Let's go! Raptors win, baby! Game 3 wraps up 2-1. So I'm doing a live stream here. I'm so excited, guys. Obviously, I think there's going to be just a lot of comments just on the Warriors, the fact that they were without players, without KD, without Clay. Honestly, I don't really care. Different teams go through different things. Different teams go through different obstacles, and I think the Raps, honestly, on the road in Oracle, they pulled out the dub. So I honestly don't care. I don't care what people have to say about, oh, they were without Clay, they were without KD. Nah, I don't really care. This team still has 3 All-Stars on their team. 3 All-Stars. Man, I really don't care. Steph went off. Steph went off, but it wasn't enough. Cousins had, what, like 4 points? NTL Romita, the Bongo Cat, Snowman, Hockey Coverage, Owen Oakley, Doggy, Me Maker, Tarman, Apple Juice, Endrit. Let's go. Let's go. Who said Warriors at 5? Like, what? Who said Warriors at 4 or 5? That's what I have to talk about. Danny Green. Danny Money Green. This is what I was at, like, actually, I wasn't even asking for that. I was asking for probably, like, half of that. 2013 Danny Green, guys. NBA record. If you didn't know, Buddy went off in 2013. He's won an NBA championship. He knows what it means to win. This guy went off tonight. I don't even know. Was it 18 points tonight? Up until I think he missed like 2 in the, I want to say late third, early fourth. He was 6 for 8 in the first 3 quarters or first 2.5 quarters, whatever it was. He was 6 for 8 from the 3. This guy's ridiculous. Green went off. Trevor Kinney says calling Cousins an all-star after the Achilles injury and playing with the torn quad is kind of sus. Okay. Again, I don't really care. Lowry's playing with a dislocated thumb. That's kind of sus, no, Trevor? I feel like you making that comment, that's pretty sus. Like, an Achilles injury, yeah, it's pretty serious, but he's coming off over a year now. Lowry had his thumb injury last series. So that's kind of sus. And I saw a couple comments. I was in the Sports Series live stream. People saying that Kawhi carried. Yeah, so Danny Green, 18 points, 6 for 10 from the 3. Yeah, so he missed like 2 again in the fourth quarter. So he was 6 for 8 from the 3 before he missed those 2 later ones. I don't know. For me, the Raptors played like they should have shut this down way earlier. They should have shut this down way earlier. Somehow kept the Warriors in it. I honestly have mad respect for Steph. He's the reason why the Warriors were even close in this game. Without Steph, it would have been embarrassing. I'm looking at a guy like Jerebko, embarrassing. Again, DeMarcus Cousins, you can make the excuses whatever you want. Embarrassing. I didn't think Alfonso McKinney did anything good at all. He had a couple really dumb fouls. Iggy made a couple good threes. I thought Draymond was up and down. In the first quarter, I don't know what Draymond was doing. He had like 2 or 3 air balls. He was making horrible passes. Keep It at 100 says, yo, there's at least 3 blocks that I counted where I hit the backboard first. Isn't that goaltending? Bro, I don't know the 3 that you're talking about. Also, it has to be like... I'm trying to think of the 3. If you're talking about the Ibaka ones didn't hit the board. I'm trying to think of which ones you're talking about. Because Ibaka was the one that had majority of the blocks later in the game. Danny Green had 1, I think. It was Ibaka that I think he finished the game with 6. So I'm thinking of the Ibaka blocks in my head. I can think of 1 that was pretty close to the board. The rest were definitely midair. Positive Vice says, thanks, John, for coming on for us fans. Hey, I just decided, I was like, you know what, I was pretty hyped. I was like yelling and stuff. This was the game where the last 2 games I was out and stuff. This game I was like, you know, it's first game at Oracle. I didn't know if Clay was playing or not. I was like, I'm gonna stay in, and I've been a Toronto fan for so long. I want to enjoy this myself, by myself, and that's kind of what I did tonight. And honestly, I was really hyped. I enjoyed it. I honestly didn't even have a drink. I just chilled out, and well, I wasn't chill, but I chilled out on my own and watched the game. Tarvin, that's what I was going to say. Maybe 1, not 3. Maybe 1 that hit the board. So Kawhi kind of carried in the second round and the last 4 games of round 3, but only an idiot would say he has in the finals. It's been a complete team effort. Well, definitely in the finals he hasn't carried. Kawhi actually was like kind of frustrating to watch in the first half of this game. So definitely didn't carry, but once he started getting a lot of free throws, and then he got into it in the third quarter with a couple threes, that's when Kawhi started to pick it up. I'm trying to think. In the 76er series, I would say, yeah, he carried a decent amount. Against the Bucks, not necessarily on the offense side of things. I would say the defensive side of things, when they started matching up Kawhi against Giannis, then sure. But Joey, exactly, yeah. There was only one that was debatable goaltending, not 3. Ace's Win says he broke an NBA Finals record with those 6 blocks for a player who came off the bench. Crazy. Yes. Let's go, Aaron Hockey. Crazy Connect says, go Raptors. It is your year. You can do it. Hey, I'm really hoping for the Raps, guys. Again, I just wanted to go live just to talk with you guys. Again, if you're here and you haven't yet, please hit a thumbs up. Always hit a thumbs up on the videos and streams, guys. Also, I'm gonna put the link of the recent video, guys. If you guys can go check out the mock draft, I actually, I'll be totally honest, I spent, that's the first time in a while I've spent that much time on a video. The amount of research I did, the editing, I would say the editing wasn't too crazy, probably about, I don't know, half an hour, but the amount of research and the amount of takes I had to do, stuff like that, just going over everything, because it's a lot of prospects, 31 prospects, 31 teams. There was a lot to talk about, and I had to shrink it down. I edited it down to 17 minutes. It was a lot of recording. So if you guys can go check that out, I'm going to go put it in the live chat right now. You don't have to watch right now. You can stick in the live stream, but either put it on your watch later, whatever it is. But if you can go watch that mock draft and hit a thumbs up, comment your thoughts, I woI really appreciate that. That was just a new video I posted this evening. Yeah, Mitch, man, thanks for joining. Honestly, I was just telling everyone, this was the game, the past few games I've watched with other people. The first 2 games of the NBA Finals I watched with my first game. I watched with Sanders, and then we went downtown to celebrate. Game 2, I watched with all my high school friends, or a lot of my high school friends. This game, I made the call, and I was just I want to watch on my own, enjoy this on my own. I've been a in-pain Toronto fan for too long. I want to enjoy this one on my own. So, hey, big shout out to the bottom line to you guys. If you guys love football, go subscribe to him. He just reached 10K, so mad respect to the guy. Trevor says, gonna listen to the mock draft tomorrow while working. Got it downloaded with that YouTube Premium. Hey, Trevor, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Doggy Me Maker says, I'm a Jackets fan, so our first pick is in the 3rd round. Hey, I'm kind of on board with you. The Leafs' first pick is not to the 2nd round. Tarman says, you will stream the game tomorrow, Blues and Bruins, Game 4. Of course, guys, I will be live tomorrow for Game 4 of the, or what are you saying? Game 4. It's Game 5 of the Blues Bruins. Do I think KD plays next game? Honestly, you would expect, but they did say if he doesn't practice, he's not playing. I'm pretty sure they said that. So, you'd imagine Clay's playing. I don't know about KD, though. I don't. Obviously, it was expected he'd play Game 4. Again, we'll see, I guess. We'll find out if he practices tomorrow or game day, because this is interesting. This is the first one of the series where it's only one day break. The game's Friday night. So it's going to be really interesting. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I will say, I think the Raps can still pull this series if KD comes back. They have home court. With this win's huge. They have home court back. So, honestly, people just are so frustrating that they had Warriors easily in 4, 5, or 6. In my head the whole time, I thought this series was going minimum 6, and I thought it could go either way. A lot of people were saying actually, a lot of people in Toronto, that's where the bias is just so far either one way or the other. Some people were saying Raps in 6. In my head, I was always Raps in 7. Just to come out right and say Raps were winning Game 6 in Oracle, to me, was just kind of nonsense. And to say that Warriors in 4 or 5 was just I never agreed with that. Tarman says Joey maybe, but he isn't going to be too good because he's going to be rusty because he hasn't played since May. Who are you talking about? Yeah, I don't know. They might trade Kessel. I feel like this has been the most rumors about Kessel in the last 3 or 4 years. Elite Experience is here in here.
That's the extent of the talk. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, Bills Mafia, 2 wins away. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to be happy tonight. I'll probably call up a couple of friends, just talk. But honestly, like, and this was kind of my mindset the whole game. You don't want to get, well, the Raps say this, you don't want to get too high, you don't want to get too low. So I'm excited. I'm happy about this win. But I know how the Warriors are, and I'm a little nervous if Clay and KD come back. So obviously I'm really excited about this win, but there needs more because the Raps were screwing around a bit in this game. They still won by, I think, 14 points? But they were screwing around a bit. I feel like they could have buried the Warriors earlier on in the fourth. Yeah, but Trevor, the thing is, if they trade Phil Kessel and include bad contracts like that, the return's going to be a lot more poor. If you trade a guy like Phil Kessel outright, you could get a top defenseman or another top forward back. All right. I'm not going to go live for too much longer, but again, people keep asking me to go live for Raptors games, guys. At this very moment, it's a hockey channel. I want to keep it for a hockey channel for the near future. That's my goal. Of course, I love basketball. In the last couple of years, again, if you love football, go subscribe to the Bottom Line View. I've gotten a lot more into football in the last couple of years. Honestly, thanks to Mitch. Like, just watching his videos, Buddy knows a lot. Baseball I still like a lot, but with the Jays, it's kind of hard. But, you know, I love all sports. That's why I'm in the program I'm in. And, no, hockey's definitely number one, and that's where the channel's at. All right, any last questions for me, guys? Oh, a $3 donation from Positive Vibes. Hey, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. It says go Raps. Mad respect. Hey, Nav, super fan, Raps fan. Let's go. That's respect right there. The Raptors fan in Oracle. I'd love to see that. Yeah, Elite, of course. They're singing "Oh Canada" and Oracle. I love that. Man, Nelk went to Oracle. I don't think they actually went to the game, unless I could be wrong on that. But they definitely went to beef Warriors fans outside of Oracle. Yeah, guys, give some positive vibes, hype in the chat. Verify what's going on. Yeah, guys, any last questions? I'm gonna end the stream. I'll end the stream at 12 Eastern, so 3 minutes. Man, that's huge. That's huge that the Raps won. Yeah, honestly, I cannot believe that people actually said Kawhi carried. Like, even tonight, like Kyle, Danny, Ibaka on the defensive end, Gasol in the offensive end. Man, people that thought Kawhi carried in any sense are just new to the basketball game. All right. Hey, Cole Teeble, what's going on, boy? Shiley Kidman says Blues or Bruins. Hey, we'll have to see. I said Blues at the start of the playoffs. I'm going to stick with that for now. Well, I'm going to stick with that regardless. Owen Oakley says Kessel traded for a cake, 7 hot dogs, 81 hamburgers. Laughter says Toronto won all games in the season. Toronto has the advantage. Well, I wouldn't say the season matters. Yeah, the Raps won both games against the Warriors. Kind of funny. The Raps, one of the games they won, they were actually without Kawhi, which is interesting. And again, tonight, I thought in the first half, Kawhi was kind of frustrating to watch. The thing with Kawhi, right, is when he's rushing things, it can either be he just makes those crazy shots or it just looks kind of stupid. When Kawhi can settle things down and use his playmaking abilities, because a lot of people say Kawhi can't pass, but man, Kawhi has the grip on one hand. Kawhi can play, Kawhi can pass if he wants. Kawhi's just kind of that type of player. He drives big time, and sometimes it backfires on him. Sometimes it makes him look inhuman. So, any last comments? No, Teeps, man. I didn't believe that Sean Avery video for a second. Actually, I would say for maybe a couple seconds. I never believed it, but for a couple seconds, I was like, okay, I gotta look into this. But after that, I was like, There's a couple reports that were saying it was false. I didn't think that would just go down like that in the Stanley Cup final. You very rarely see trades go down in the Stanley Cup during the playoffs or while the Stanley Cup final is still on, unless it's in a rental scenario like the Kevin Hayes. So just trading for its rights. You see those trades before the playoffs end sometimes. Other than that, you don't really see trades happen until the week. Well, not even. There's a time where you can't trade, but either like the week before or draft night. Impact TV says Toronto needs to win Game 4. They can go up 3-1. Well, imagine. Well, that's why you would have to imagine Clay and KD are back, right? Again, we don't know what's going on with KD if he doesn't practice, based on what Steve Kerr said that he's not going to play. But Clay, he was active, and then they changed their mind and said he's not playing. So you would think maybe 2 more days would get him back in the lineup. But again, I think, if Clay or KD are still out for next game, I think the Raps could win. And going to Toronto for Game 5 could be really scary. Again, I don't think the Raps are going to clean it up in 5. I want to be positive, and I want to have the high expectations. But this is the Warriors, and you saw it with no Clay and with no KD tonight. Steph kept this team around. They only lost by 14, and that was with the Raptors screwing around. So we'll see. Okay, last couple comments, and then I'm gone. What do you think about Seth Jones for Mitch Marner 1-for-1? I saw a Leafs fan tweet about it. Hypothetical fans from both teams overwhelmingly said no. Okay, well, I'm just going to say this straight out. If Leaf fans don't want that to happen, then they're kind of like clueless. Seth Jones, for me, has been super underrated in the last couple of years. I honestly think overall he's a top 10, top 15 defenseman. And again, Mitch Marner, I think, is heading towards the direction of being recognized as a top 10, 15, 20 forward. That might be a little bit of a hot take to some of you, but I honestly do believe that. But if Mitch Marner is going to command close to $11 million, I would rather take Seth Jones, the stud right-handed defenseman. I love Mitch Marner, but that's just how it is. And I think, that's what I would go with, especially the fact that the Leafs already have the offense. And honestly, a pairing of Morgan Riley and Seth Jones, to me, would be the best in the league. And just remind me, I will. Caleb Wallace says go Blues. Alright. Kind of on oranges right now. Alright, Trevor, we talk about it more. We should talk about it more in the Discord with other fans. Kadri to Edmonton. Hey, Ren, we'll see. Again, guys, I'm going to put the link in the chat one more time. Please, again, guys, I worked so hard on that mock draft video. Please go check it out. Go watch it. Hit a thumbs up on it so it gets more recommendations throughout YouTube. And go comment on it as well. I just put the link in it right now, John, the mod. So, guys, huge Raps win. Honestly, I'm so happy. But, again, expectations are you got to keep it level-headed because the Warriors are without Clay and KD, and that's just the truth of it. And you know that their lineup's going to get that much crazier when those two guys, or at least one of them, come back. And you saw it Game 2. So, honestly, just last point, I think officiating's been horrible in Game 2 and 3. I just wanted to say that. Both sides, I think officiating's been horrible. Overall, I think it was worse last game, but it was really bad tonight. Like, that offensive foul on Kawhi with Durant's foot, or not Durant, with Draymond's foot in the key, like, that really pissed me off, because that would have been an and one, and that turned into Warriors ball without even the 2 points. So, all right, guys, that's it for me. Raps win 123-109, I believe. If you haven't yet, of course, I don't know if there's anyone in here. Subscribe, obviously. Hit a thumbs up. Always on streams and videos. Please, guys, it does really help. And comment always your thoughts. I do always want to hear from you guys. This is John from Hot Day Hockey. Raps win, baby. Let's go. Peace.